VJ. How are you doing? Welcome to my channel VJ087. And matter of fact, I'm gonna show you today a killer $1,200 gaming PC for just you guys. So before we begin with the pass, I'll tell you, if you don't subscribe my channel yet, please hit the subscribe button, because we bring this kind of series for the people living in US. So kindly subscribe my channel for more, and let's shall begin with our parts. First is the CPU. As you can see on my screen, I go with the Intel Core i5-6500. It's a pretty great value for the budget CPU, as well as the gaming CPU, what you call. This got 6th generation. It's a Skylake series build, guys. The $1,200, particularly based on Skylake build. It got DDR support, a 4 support. So the best thing is got 6 MB cache. It's very important, and well, at the frequency at around 3.2. Comes with a frequency of 3.2, and it goes around 3.6. We don't wanna overclock this. We're gonna use the stock cooler which comes with this processor. So the best thing about it, got 4 threads, 4 core 4 threads processor, and 14nm lithography, or you can say the architecture. It's a pretty good, these are the specs. It's a pretty good CPU for the price. As you can see on my screen, around $204.99, so almost $205 for the price. It's absolutely brilliant. You can play any game with this kind of, where CPU demands more. So these kind of things where CPU is bound to get recommended, because the games on these days are pretty heavy, intensive in CPU as well as GPU bound. So for that kind of stuff, this processor be the one. i5-6500 for the price of around $205. And we move with the motherboard. It supports a LG1151 socket type of processor, so go with that particular LG1155 socket type motherboard, and go with the H110M gaming. As you can see, what you're seeing right on your screen, it's a 6th generation, support all the 6th generation processor, and it got 2 DIMM slots, support up to max 32 gigs, and it got a 1 PCI 3.06x slot. It means it doesn't support SLI or something like that, and it got 4 SATA 3 port, and these are the small things which always comes with a kind of motherboard. Pricing around 82.49, and for the price, it's a pretty well gaming motherboard from MSI. And the best thing about it, it's a micro ATX. It's fit brilliantly, and it's a very small factor as well. So for the price, along with our processor, it's a killer deal. And we move it for the RAM slot, and for the RAM I go with the Kingston HyperX Fury, guys. It's a 16 GB kit. Yes, I included a 16 GB total overall, 8 GB 26 clocked at 2133 MHz at DDR4. I tell you previously, because this Skylake series supported DDR4. So 2133 is our max frequency supported for a motherboard. That's why we go to 2133, and 8 GB stick. And the best thing about it, 16 gigs is a very vital thing, as you all know. The games are and the multitasking things keep on cranking, and each and every game, if you are a gamer, you all know that each and every game getting bound to use a 16 GB memory. It's kind of future proof as well. I made this whole $1,200 gaming PC as a future proof as well, because if you are spending the kind of amount around $1,200, so this might be the 16 gigs is particular sweet spot for the price as well. It's coming around just $68, as you can see. So these are our Kingston HyperX Fury for the RAM, and I go with the SSD as well for fasting boot times, loading times, read and writing speeds as well compared to the mechanical hard drive. Everything is awesome about it. It's got 240 GB for just around $58, guys. Just a pretty cheap price for the performance. So 240 is great for storing particularly your OS as well as the 3 to 4 games, because the games is around pretty heavy, intensive as well as overall on your rig, as well as the size of the games is pretty huge nowadays. So for that 240 GB for the primary storage with OS and most probably 3 to 4 games is very good. And go with the ADATA USA Premier Pro. So we got around $58 as you said already. So for the mass storage, you can see put every music, videos and other stuff. You need a mechanical hard drive as per the price, as well as the storage. I go with the Seagate 2 terabyte desktop hard drive, guys. And the best thing about it is just around $72, and for that you're getting around 2 terabyte of space for storing a lot of stuffs and lot of games in it. And it's got 7200 RPM, the same thing, SATA 6 Gbps and 2 years warranty from Seagate as well, 64 MB cache. These are the basic stuffs. So I go with the Seagate 2 terabyte desktop hard drive, guys. And the next thing is the most important and dominant factor of this whole build. That's why I go with the i5 6500 as my CPU, because I want to spend a lot of money on the graphic cards. It's quite usual because it's a gaming PC and we have to spend a huge amount on this particular thing. So I go with the MSI GTX 980 today, because as per the price to performa is not that good as compared to the GTX 970, but it outclassed the GTX 970, R9 390. It can outclass each and every card, and for the price of around $465, and you get around the main rebate of $20 to get the price down around 445.94, as you can see on my screen. So for around 445 or $446, this whole as a graphic card of GTX 980 from NVIDIA, man, it's a killer deal for the price. As you can see, it can max out each and every game at 1080p whatsoever the game is, how the game is, but it can maxed out. And 1440p get around maxed out each and every game, also around 45 plus frames. In 1080p it's got over 60 frames per second, and can even play 4K, but the limitations of 4K gaming and the unoptimized games makes somewhat difficult to play at 4K, but you can play most probably 80 to 90% of games in 4K. That's quite a big thing, what I'm going to say. And go with the MSI version of it. It comes with the 3 modes: pre-clock, overclock mode, gaming mode and silent mode. The frequency are like this. The overclock mode, base clock, it's around 1216, it's overclocked to boost around 1317 megahertz, and got a gaming mode as well. Its base clock is around 1190 megahertz and its boost clock is 1291 megahertz. And it's got silent mode as well. If you're playing like somewhat 2D games or online games, it just underclock it. It's getting around the base clock of 1127 megahertz at base and 1216 at most probably boost. So the absolutely vital thing about it is it's got a 4 GB proper, I have to say, as compared to GTX 970. That's a somewhat different thing. I'm not getting around with it, but GTX 980 has got a proper 4 GB DDR5 thing, and as I all say already, you can probably max out each and every game. So this is the most, and the price which you get around million rebate is 445. So for that, it's a killer steal. And it's a full setup gaming PC, so I also included the monitor as well. I go with the Acer R240HY. It's a 23.8 inch and almost 24 inch IPS monitor. I go with the IPS monitor because of the best color and depth ratio, as well as the best thing about it is the viewing angles of it. It's just impressive as compared to TN panel. Okay, the response time is just 4 ms, but it's not bad as well. 4 ms, we can take that. It's around $132. It's a killer steal for the monitor. It's around full HD screen, 16.9:9 aspect ratio, as well. It's got one HDMI, one VGA, and one DVI to support with. So for the monitor, I go with the Acer R240Hy. And for the peripherals, the important, the mouse and keyboard, with the go with the 27.69 bang for the buck CM Storm Devastator. It's a backlit blue LED light. Both support LED backlighting, blue color. Gaming combo. It's a wired, first of all. It's not wireless because I didn't like wireless. So it's the best thing about the multi-functions buttons on it, and the best thing about is around 2000 dpi the mouse, we can say, supported, and it's rubber side pads. Also it supports for improved stability as well. And so overall 27 or $28 is a killer price. If you want, you can go with the higher DPI as well, around 3200, but most of the time it doesn't make any difference around 2000 or 3200 DPI. So go with the CM Storm Devastator, around $28. And for the power supply to power this rig, I got the EVGA 600 watt power supply with a 3 years warranty in it, and also got the 80 plus bronze certified for heavy duty protection from EVGA as well. So for the price, you can easily build your rig with this, and you can it's also a future proof option. With that 600 watt, you can add a small SSD or a mechanical hard drive with it. So most probably it's a future proof. 600 watts more than enough. And for the case, guys, I go with the Thermaltake version N21 from Thermaltake. It's a translucent side panel, as you can see, transparent side panel as well. It's a mid tower ATX, and the best thing about support up to 6 fans and also support radiators. It's pre-included with a 120 rear fan, and the radiator supported like this, 240 on the top and 120 on the rear. It's pretty good. So if you want, you can go for it. But for the price and the products what we are using, or the parts what we are using for this build are pretty much good. So we don't want radiator right now, but in the future, as I said, the best thing about PC gaming is the optimization you can do with it. So you can swap or add on each and every part you want as you like. So guys, this is the last part. This is the last what you can say part of our build. So the whole price around $1200 after getting some mail-in rebate, and you can add some more things if you want, or if you add in or swap some parts. It's totally depend on you. For the price to performance, guys, GTX 980 for this build is a very challenging task. You can go for an i7 if you want an editing PC, and you can go with a GTX 970 lower performance card with as compared to the GTX 980. But this probably the most difficult thing for me to choose between i7 and i5. I'm gonna say that I'm gonna go with an i5 each and every time, because it can do some editing as well, but the gaming performance is almost equal to the i7. So that's it, guys. I hope you like the video, and you have any questions, please ask in the comment section below. And what I want to say is thanks for watching. Bye for now. It's Vijay signing off.